cold river that tumbled out of the mountains, where we would camp in the summer, and in the winter we would look for agates and fossils, petrified wood. But most of all, I had the best friend whose name was
Pat the Rat.
No. Pat the Rat was the older sister. Was my best friend.
Bill Boy.
Bill Boy, a little boy named Billy, but we called him Bill Boy. Pat the Rat is a different story. Anyway, Bill Boy and I spent all our happy days running around, and one day, as we were running down the railroad tracks through the pastures, we discovered a trail that we had never seen before, and we just had to find out where that trail led and what was at the end. So we followed it up a hill and alongside a creek, and we came to 4 great big boxes made of railroad ties. They must have been that deep, and they were filled with water. The creek would come down the hillside and it filled the 2 first boxes, and when they were full, it spilled over and filled the second 2 boxes in front of it. And Bill Boy and I thought this was the most curious thing we'd ever seen. And then we noticed that each box had a big trap door on it. And a trap door is a door that lifts up or pulls out, and it doesn't swing open like a regular door. So we started poking around, and we found out that we could open the door of the box pretty easily. So we pulled the door open, and out came all the water, rushing and storming down the hill. Wow! Can you believe, did you see that? Let's put the door back in and let's fill it up again. Now this was almost summertime, so all the snow in the mountains was melting, and it was running down the creek full, lots of water, and it filled up that box fast. But this time, let's pull 2 doors open. So Bill Boy jumped across the creek, 1, 2, 3, and both doors came open, and with a mighty roar, all the water went washing down the creek, up over the sides, carrying twigs and leaves and all kinds of debris with it, and some mud and breaking away the dirt. Double wow! Oh man, did you? Let's do it again. Let's do all 4 doors. We'll do the first 2 doors, and then hurry, open up the other 2 doors. So we did. 1, 2, 3, and open the doors. Out came the water, rushed to do the other 2 doors, and a giant wall of water went thundering down the creek, up over the sides of the creek bed, washing the logs and branches. We could hear rocks tumbling. We could hear branches breaking off the bushes. Oh man, oh man. Let's do it again. And so I don't know how many times we did it, but I'll tell you this, it was too many times. And when we were done doing that, off we went, free as the wind, to find more adventures. Well, that night, we were sitting at Bill Boy's kitchen table, waiting for his mother to make us popcorn, when there was a knock at the door, and it wasn't a very friendly knock. And when Bill Boy's father answered the door, there were 3 very unhappy men standing there saying, the boy and the girl, they were up there playing at that Fox Creek, and they have completely flooded our property and washed away our brand new planted gardens that were just starting to grow good vegetables. You see, those boxes were for watering the gardens, and they had planted their gardens, the 3 men, right along the creek, and they had dug a ditch and put a big trap door on the creek so that it would gently fill up and flow into their gardens when it got hot in the summer. And Bill Boy and I have opened up those doors many times, and now they said to his father, They have left a huge mess. There are lots and there's mud everywhere and all our plants are gone, and we want to know what you're going to do about it. Well, Bill Boy's father was kind of gruff. He was a coal miner. We loved him, but he was gruff, and he looked at us and he said, "Did you do that?" And we stood up and we said, "I guess so." And he said, "What do you mean you guess so? What do you have up here? Rocks or brains?" And then he told the men that we would come every day after school and pick up all that garbage that was all over the gardens and in the yards and clogging up the creek now, and that for all summer long, because that mud carried seeds of unwanted weeds and bushes down, that we would be available to weed anytime they needed us. That was a long, miserable summer. While the other kids were swimming in the hot sun, we were pulling weeds. And it was hard work wading through all that mud. But I want to tell you, my stories always have a lesson. You always have to have a lesson, right? Those big boxes are like our hearts. And in our hearts are all kinds of thoughts and words. And if we're real careful, the people all around us are like plants. And if we're real careful about what comes out of our trap door when we open it, our mouth, we can make those plants grow beautiful and strong with our encouraging words and our kind words, words that will help them to feel better about themselves, that will cheer them when they're unhappy. Or if we're feeling very angry and upset, those words can come thundering out. Or if somebody has given us a secret to tell, they have a problem and they want us to just keep it secret, and we find that we tell that secret to somebody else, there's a lot of damage that comes when we do things like that. Words that come out when we're angry or annoyed can damage the plants, the people around us. And we want to be ever so careful about what comes out of our mouth. We want to be very careful, even in our family. It's so easy with our family to think, oh, they're just my brother or sister. Or maybe you're used to your mom and dad, but you know you can damage your mom and dad. You can damage your siblings, your sisters and brothers. So every time you think of Bill Boy and me up at Box Creek, I want you to remember that Box Creek is like the words that come out of our mouth. Okay? Let's have a prayer. Father in heaven, you've given us a Bible that is full of wonderful words that encourage us, beautiful words. And we ask that you will help us to guard our mouth and to let only those words that you would have us speak come out and help the people around us. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Turn on, Violet.